Hi boys and girls, this is Mrs. Martin, and today we are going to be sharing the story called Leo the Late Bloomer. It's a story that's written by Robert Cross, and the illustrations are by Jose Arreguero. You can see Leo right there on the front cover, and I know that many of you have been joining me for our stories every week. And my daughter Maggie has joined us a couple of times. Maggie's not here today, but this is my buddy Calvin. And Calvin is one of our two kitty cats. And Calvin is a really mellow, loving guy. He just likes to be petted and loved on. And I thought it was interesting that he was curling up here next to us today while we're reading, because he kind of reminds me a little bit of Leo. He looks a little bit like Leo, although Leo is a tiger and Calvin is a house cat. This is Leo the Late Bloomer. Mostly protected at the backyard. Leo couldn't do anything right. He couldn't read. He couldn't write. He couldn't draw. He was a sloppy eater, and he never said a word, unlike these other animals who said hoot, thrump, hiss, pip, crunch. And there's Leo. "What's the matter with Leo?" asked Leo's father. "Nothing," said Leo's mother. "Leo is just a late bloomer." Better late than never, thought Leo's father. Every day, Leo's father watched him for signs of blooming. And every night, Leo's father watched him for signs of blooming. "Are you sure Leo's a bloomer?" asked Leo's father. "Patience," said Leo's mother. "A watched bloomer doesn't bloom." So Leo's father watched television instead of Leo. The snows came. Leo's father wasn't watching, but Leo still wasn't blooming. The trees budded. Leo's father wasn't watching, but Leo still wasn't blooming. Then, one day, in his own good time, Leo bloomed. He could read. He could write. He could draw. He ate neatly. He also spoke, and it wasn't just a word. It was a whole sentence. And that sentence was, "I made it." Aw, I love that last picture with Leo with his mommy and daddy. That's the end of Leo the Late Bloomer. I want to talk a little bit about it now that we've read it. And I want you to think about just a few questions, boys and girls. I want you to think about how Leo felt, how you think Leo felt about not being able to do the things that his friends could do at the beginning of the story. How do you think that made Leo feel? You can pause the video right now and think about that, or maybe talk about it with your mom or dad or brother or sister. And I also want you to think about what helped Leo to learn to draw and write and speak. And lastly, I would like you to think about how Leo and his family felt at the end of the story. Now, I know that each of you over the year has bloomed and grown and changed. I had the privilege of being with you from September until March the 13th of this year, and I saw you all learn so many new things this year and grow and bloom just like Leo did. I really can't wait until next year when I get to see you in September, next school year, and I get to see how much you've bloomed over the summer. Below the video, there's going to be a link to a handout where you can write or draw about all the ways that you have bloomed and grown and changed this year. I hope that you have enjoyed our story time the last several weeks, and I wish you all a wonderful summer, and I can't wait to see you in person. Until next time, bye friends.